Good day everyone and welcome to this Data Structures training video. In this video we are going to talk about reports, creating your own reports and modifying the reports as you see fit. Now please note that the video is used for training purposes only, thus working on a educational version of Data Structures. So let's start off with the reports. So depending on which Tekla you're working on the older versions of Tekla, you will be able to go to your drawings and reports. Also same tab as this one with a drop down to get to your template editor. So as you can see currently on this one, we have the reports and you can just click here to create your reports. Now to give you a quick idea, I'm going to maximize this to show you the following stuff. So as you can see, the later Teklas have different setups of reports, but I'm going to show you that, for instance, if you wanted to create your own report in a CSV or Excel format, this is how you're going to be able to do it. You'll see as a normal one, steel, assembly sub, assembly list, gross, how you're going to edit it and how you're going to create it to do as you see fit to it. So I'm just going to close this up, and to get to a template editor in the later or the newer version, you won't be able to go into it with the tab on your older Teklas such as your 16.0, your 21.0. You will be able to get to it at your tab here below. But on the newer Tekla with the new user interface, you have to go to your three stripes here at the top for your menu and go towards the tab called Editors. In the editors, you have your drawing layer, editor, symbol, template, and different types. So we're going to go with the template editor. So I'm going to open up the template editor. It opened up on my other screen, so I'm just going to pull it over to the side. So now you can either create a brand new or you can open it. We want to open a template. So what I'm going to look for now is I'm going to type or just tap on S to see, and you can, as you can see, there's nothing here. So what we want to do is you want to go to reports and templates, or to, in the older Teklas, you go towards where your template or your report is placed. So I'm going to press S again to get to my steel, and you'll see here's all the lists that we have. Now we want to create a CSV type on this one right here. So that is what we're going to do now. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to maximize the window to be able to see better. So now the first thing you want to do is you can save this, and you say you can keep it or you can update, doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in .csv and say OK. So now I've created the CSV type already on the spot and will open up in a Excel format. The next part is you have to create a delimiter. So what we're going to use is we're going to add a text. On the older Teklas, it will show ABC, so you can just press that, and you place a comma. So I'm going to place a comma, for instance, right over here. But now what you have to do is you have to copy this and place it between each item. So we're placing it between. Now be careful if you have something like this. This is where it's going to get, where it's going to completely throw you off. If you place a comma, for instance, between these two parts, it's not going to pick up. So I'm just going to delete this immediately because otherwise it won't work. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we'll have to divide this one. So currently it says main part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these. So we're going to say apply. I'm going to choose copy and I'm going to paste it right next to it over here and right over here. Now, of course, we first have to look. We have the profile, we have the length and the material. So we're going to say main part. We're going to say the profile of said part. So profile, we're going to apply it, and then we have to change this to length, and we're going to apply it. There we are. So now what you have is you have the name, you have the main part. I think I just did wrong. Let's just see quickly which parts it was. Okay, so in reality, it was the main part, profile, and length. Yeah, so I was right. So let's just do that again. So we have the main part, profile, and length. So I'm going to place this one here and this one here. So we're just going to type in profile and length. Right, so now we have the main profile part and length. So now we can go ahead and copy the comma between these parts. Main part, that's incorrectly placed, sorry. Profile and length. Right next to length, we have the material of the main part, paint, and the mass. So of course, we have to place on these here as well, and I'm going to place one over here on these parts as well, these parts as well, and of course we need to place it on this part, this part, this part, this part. Okay, that was not supposed to happen, sorry. So copy and place it on this part. Do the same over here, and the same over here, and the same over, no, over here. There we are. So now we have the project number and name. Of course, we have to place a divider on these as well. So I'm just going to place a divider on these as well. So there we have what we need. So now I'm going to save this item and we can update it. So now you can see it's saved as a CSV. We're going to close our item and we're going to go to our reports now. So now if we go back down to the steel, we should be able to see. Now, as you can see, we only currently have the normal one. So we should be able to see the CSV. So where it went wrong, to show you quickly, is the way that Tekla saved it, or rather we saved it. So I'm just going to show you how to fix it. So you're going to go to your Tekla structures and you are going to go to your 2024. Go to environments. You can go to your South African building point or the KDX, whichever one you use. Go to your general and you use shared, and you'll be able to see here's all the reports, so reports and templates. Now what happened is it saved it as that. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the RPT for report. Save it. Do you wish to do that? We're going to say yes. So now again, this is the report setup. So let's close this down and we're going to go again with the reports and go straight down, and there we have the CSV. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say create. Positioning number is not complete. It's fine. I'm not going to run a numbering system right now. So now we're going to go to our reports, go into the reports, and we're going to say steel assembly list. This is the one that we just created. So if you open it up, it's going to open up with our Microsoft Excel, and you'll be able to see that it shows a lot of commas. So what you can do is you can click on the A to give it downwards, go to your data, and in your data format, you can see there's a text to columns. You're going to click on this, and you're going to choose delimited. Now what you can do is you can choose your comma, keep the tab on, you say next, and you finish it up. As soon as you finish it up, you'll be able to see that it throwed it out. And this is what I meant by you need to have your spacing correctly. So currently we have the name, we have the main part, which is the item that you want to see. The profile should have just been the main part here as well, to be honest, main part profile. So there shouldn't be a comma between those two. That was on my mistake. But then you'll see that you have your length placed right here, and main material will be over here. So to give you an idea, once you go back to your reports, so I'm just going to do that just real quickly. We're going to go to our editor and we're going to template edit it. And I'm just going to remove the final one again. So we're going to say open, and we're just going to go down to the steel part, choose the steel sub-assembly CSV type one. And what I'm going to do now, we just have to close this report. I'm not going to save it, so don't save. And what we've learned is that we should not have split these two up. So I'm going to keep these two as one. So main part profile, we're going to apply, press OK. I've also noticed that we didn't have we have an extra spacing between these, so I'm just going to remove these real quickly, going to save it, close it, and we're going to say report. Again, choose this one, create from all. So I want to, sorry about that. we go, and we're going to say open model folder. We're going to choose the reports, go open it up, and we're going to do the exact same thing and go to your data tab, go to text to column, and okay, text to column, delimited, next, comma, next, finish, and you'll see that it has now everything in line. So all you have to do is you can either use a shortcut for it, or you just need to extend your columns a little bit like this to give it the size or the length that you need. If you wish to have it a little bit at a neater position, for instance, you can always select it all over here and just choose at your home to give you in the center, for instance. And then it looks a bit neater. For instance, you can now just pull up a bit more. And of course, here at the bottom, you'll need to, okay, let's just undo that real quick. There we are. So you just have to play with the Excel a little bit to give you a lot better items. So let's just do this. So originally this is where you probably will need to, you can either copy this and just edit it out a bit, but to give you a quick idea, this is how you're going to set up an Excel sheet on your Tekla structures and editing further on it.